world. Good morning. I slept in. Delicious. I'm not mad about it. Well, as I was sitting here, I don't know, just thinking thoughts and kind of getting ready, I did pick up, it's so funny. I didn't really teach myself tarot through other books, like lightly in my life, but I really do love this book. So I did a random, just opened it, and we landed on the Four of Swords. Now, I was reading through to see if there was something that stood out, and there is, but I do think we will start with the Four of Swords, reading through a couple things. Let's see. Where do I want to start? Sorry, there was like a couple, I'm like trying to figure out. Hold on, okay, we'll just start. The Four of Swords is a reminder that after every crisis and before every new challenge, there is always a time of relaxation and contemplation. Constant stress and tension will break even the hardest and most resilient of people, but brief periods of rest enable you to refresh your energy, concentration, and focus, ready for the next challenge. These rests should be used wisely to heal the body and ready the mind. The Four of Swords is also a sign that you can stop worrying, put down your defenses, and take a breather from the chaos around you. For the moment, there is a truce, and you can catch your breath without being attacked again. However, bear in mind that a truce and peace are not the same thing. That part is what stood out. Truce and peace. I like that. The Four of Swords is a guarantee that challenges will return to your life as soon as you're ready to face them. So make the most of the stillness and quiet you have earned, but never lose sight of the fact that the battle is not yet over and that there's still work to be done. Okay, so let's kind of, I don't know, we'll follow a thread. We'll unravel a mystery together. Okay. So I pulled out the Owl Tarot cards today. They really want to come out, and then we'll clarify with, I don't know, we'll see. Oh, what a day. Yeah, I slept. Yeah, rest. It's true, we do need to rest, and it's hard for us to rest, is it not? Okay, let's call them those crowd favorites. God, Jesus, Grandma, Buddha, Archangels, all ascended masters, all of my benevolent ancestors, anyone that you're working and praying with. Let's go, Daddy-o. Okay, Grandmama. Grandmama. What do we want to say to the collective today? What's going on? Oh, the Page of Wands. And look at this guy, he's my favorite. Because, again, his face, all business, but you know what's so cute? He's got on his traveling hat. He's got his traveling stick, and look, he's got a snack. He's ready to go. He knows he gets hangry. Yeah, he's looking a little bit hangry. Oh, someone made him pose for the picture before he could eat. Don't you hate that? When someone's just like, just one more, and you're like, either you have to go to the washroom or you need to eat, like right now. Okay. And, see, it's the dawn. Oh, yeah, okay. Hey, I was just thinking about, I saw this beautiful photograph. Maybe I'll make it the thumbnail to this. A train ride. I did see someone sitting on a train, and I did think to myself, is someone about to have a little train romance? Because it made me think of, ooh, guys, follow me. If you know, you know. Remember way back in the day, it was like, there was the two movies before Sunrise or Sunset. It had Julie Delpy and Ethan Hawke. Romance movie of a lifetime. If you don't know, please do yourself a favor. Yeah, when you're traveling, and maybe it's just a local train, maybe it's the subway for some, I do see a train trip, and you just start talking. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe you want to share your salamander, little snack. Okay. Yes, Grandmama. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands. Oh, where are you going? Oh, the Eight of Pentacles. It's work. You travel for work. Oh, and you do work hard. Yeah, you're diligent. Okay. So you travel for work. I love a train romance. Oh boy, 6 of Cups, see? We're off. Look, you are sharing. I literally think it could be. You know, when you're just sitting and you just happen to have like some extra food, it feels weird to not offer to someone sitting right beside you. Yeah. Look, you got all the snacks on the train. Screw that little snack cart. You're like, fuck that. You're like, I brought my own snacks. Oh, look at you. What do we have? We have snails. We have worms. You have frogs in there. What are those guys? Little crabs? Oh, you got everything. Yeah, you got a real charcuterie going on. Yeah, you're gonna be all business on that train. But you're gonna offer a snack to someone. Okay. Sorry guys, the arrangement today is a little bit different. Okay. Oh, sweet as apple pie. 5 of swords. What? Excuse me. This is the thing, I'm always like a little bit perplexed, as you see. Like when we're just hitting a great stride, there always has to be, yeah, just like, oh, as they said, like in the 4 of swords, it's a bit of rest, but we all know you have to get back out there. Yeah, peace and truce. Okay, so there's been a truce. Oh, now you gotta get back out there. Yeah, you rested your little dog, so now you're like, okay. Okay. So what's this about? Okay, so what's going underneath the 8 of Pentacles? No, that's too many. I just want one. What's going underneath the 8 of Pentacles? I'll take it. The Magician. Well, with his little red cape, and he's center stage, I don't know what it is that you do for work, but it requires you to travel. I feel like you're a bit of a boss. I don't know. We'll find out. We're gonna do some clarifiers. Okay, so what's going on underneath this? 6 of Cups. Oh, the Fool. See, look. And look, he's got a little friend with him. What is that? It's a squirrel. We all know I love squirrels, and they love me. Okay. I think that's gonna be the person. Yeah. This is that person you're gonna share a snack with. And they might actually be younger than you. Okay. Okay, now tell me no. Let's get the last 3. It also, I mean, there is a reference. Like, maybe this is someone you do know. Okay, we'll get there in a sec, but I was like, because the Fool card is facing my past, the 6 of Cups does represent someone from your past. Could be. They also sometimes refer to it as a past soulmate connection, but there is kind of familiarity, so there is a possibility. Let's just see. Okay, so what's going underneath the 5 of Swords? Yeah, what's the 5 of Swords about? The 7 of Swords. Again, I beg your pardon. What's going on? Oh, peace and truce. But see, look, you're leaving. There's 7 swords, but you took off with the 4 swords. Oh, are you leaving to actually have a little vacay? Because maybe, yeah, you've been dealing with some bullshit, so you need a little rest and relaxation. But I still do think you do travel for it. But maybe this is like, you took a week off of work for like mental health, where you're like, I need a moment. Okay. So what's going underneath the Magician? The King of Penties. Yeah, you're all business. Look at that face. I love that face. I make that face sometimes out in the world. Little known fact. I know you wouldn't believe it. By the happiness of these cheeks right now, yeah, you guys see me in my best moments. But hand to God, sometimes when I'm out in the world and I see what's going on, I make that face. Okay, all business. Yeah. Okay, well, what's going underneath the 6 of Cups to the Fool? Who is this? No, 1 card, please. Oh, the Ace of Cups. How could we be mad about it? Little cutie patootie. Okay. Well, and the feathers, I just noticed, are pink. Yeah, okay, so got some love vibes. Okay, hold on, we got some crystals. I gotta push them back, it's gonna be a little bit noisy. There's a lot of crystals on this desk. Okay, let's see. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta work with what you got. Okay, well let's get a little Snoopy and Scoopy here. Okay, so where are you going? Because we see that you're going somewhere. I'm seeing it now as like it's potentially a vacation. Oh my god, 7 of Wands. Yeah. Yeah, peace and truce. There's something here about like the 6 of Wands. Okay, like so you're fighting some kind of epic battle here. But look, you're the king of the castle. See, look at these idiots. They're still fighting, but you got the stick, the winning stick. And you're not interested in all that business. And in fact, what's so funny is I'm just noticing, like this guy, yeah, all of a sudden it's like people are like fighting, but they realize that you've taken yourself out of the game. Oh, that's what I heard. A couple weeks ago, when I was walking, doing my meditations and all my weird stuff, Spirit told me, and showed me, the way to dethrone your enemy is by not leaving your throne. If you sit in your throne and stand in your energy, the enemy, so to speak, they will dethrone themselves by getting out and off of their throne to fight you. But if you don't leave your throne, do you know what I mean? Okay. So by standing in your energy, standing correct, and also taking a pause when needed to rest. Like, we have 2 7s. Yeah, we have like the 5 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, the 6 of Wands. But at least this is the one that comes out. So you're successful, but like you are dealing with some ratty bullshit. And these 2 in particular, these ones that are looking up, yeah. Who, me? Yeah. Yeah, they're the shit disturbers. Okay. Oh my god, look, and 4 of Swords right on the bottom. That's what I'm telling you. It's like with all the lies and deceit, yeah, you just swooped in there, you're like, oh, and I love his face. Yeah, he's kind of delighted, where he was like, I don't know, there's like a reverse Uno here, where it's like whoever's bringing this fuckery, yeah, as they're like fighting and creating all this chaos, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna take the 4 of Swords so I can go have a little rest. Very smart. You're very strategic. And see, look, this is the one where he's pleased as punch. He's like, you know? Yeah, and he made like a little, some bars around himself to be like, you know what? I just need, oh, please, everyone, silence. Okay. Okay, so who are these idiots? Like, what is all of this ratty bullshit you're dealing with? Knight of Cups. What's the Knight of Cups in terms of ratty bit? Like, what? What's all this fighting and craziness? Is this the Knight of Wands? So the 4 of Pentacles. Maybe this is a relationship thing. Because, like, 5 of Swords is, like, mental fuckery, right? We can see that in the gaslighting. It can be sometimes internalized, but if it's coming from people, it's just like, it is a shit show. And the 7 of Swords, that is deceit. 7 of Wands, like, how to defend yourself. But what's interesting, though, is that with this Knight of Wands, we do see the Salamander. So part of me is like, okay, hold on. We gotta clarify what is going on. I just never know with these readings lately. Like yesterday, what a ride. All of the readings. I'm always shocked. I never know. Okay, we have a Queen of Swords. Okay, hold on. I do want to put these cards back in because I just... Okay, hold on. I want to step out of this crazy energy. It is distracting. It is. It's all like plumes everywhere. It's just... I can see why this... You, I'm guessing. You just want to like... Okay, let's move on to your Eight of Pentacles because I do see you traveling for work or there's something here around your work. Okay, Ten of Cups. But Heavy Devil is on the bottom. Okay, so you love your work. Okay, well that's, I mean, who's gonna argue with that? You love your work. You love what you do. That's amazing. Okay. Tell me about the Six of Cups. Because I see it as this train. Look who showed up. Justice to the Two of Wands. Oh. Okay, well this is like your two energies. This is you. Yeah, they just showed me. Because when I was looking, okay, I'll show you what I see. So when I was looking at the Six of Cups, and then, so this is that person. Again, I think you're gonna meet someone who's younger. Now, you're represented by Justice. That could mean anything, but as seen, I do know I have some law people in the crowd, so like, going back, if you're in this group, then yeah, so you work in law, but you don't have to. But whatever it is that you do though, you love it. It's not law. Hold on. I'm trying to just think outside because we do get the Justice card a lot. And yes, it does mean a lot of things, but I'm trying to really think outside of the box here. Well, it requires truth, whatever that is. And whether that's like analytics or just like data where it's just like there's not a lot of room for error. But either way, I feel like this represents you. And look, there's like a platypus and like a little mouse or something. It's like a little mouse, but everyone's happy. Like, yeah. Oh, and you carry your scales with you. I did hear pharmacist. I saw pharmacist. Yeah, so maybe for some of you, you're a pharmacist. Okay. Two of Wands. I do feel like there's a past reference here. Hold on, let's get Snoopy. Okay, who is this person? How do you know this person? Do you know this person? Or does it just feel very familiar? Yeah, it's like comfortable. The Ace of Swords to Strength. I did hear like mentor. Are you going on a work trip with someone? I feel like I'm picking up on like a few scenarios here. Like I'm seeing someone who's like taking a week off work and they're on the train and they're just going somewhere random, somewhere beautiful. They book like a hotel or Airbnb or something and they meet someone. Then I'm seeing for some of you where it is work related, you travel a lot. Yeah, I'm seeing train. But maybe you're going with like some kind of co-worker, like, or maybe there's what's the word? A conference. A conference. Yes. So this younger person, it's not that maybe you necessarily know them, but they work in your field. There's some kind of conference that you're all at. And that's how you know them. Okay. Well, either way, you have lots to discuss. I feel like there's a lot of attraction and mental compatibility here. Yeah, there's like a lot of talking on the train. I feel like it's a pretty good train ride. Like you got at least a few hours to get chit-chatty. Interesting. Okay, so let's go back to all of this bullshit that's on the table for you. What is the 5 and 7 of Swords about? Like, what is going on? The King of Swords. Well, we did see the Queen of Swords earlier. Okay, so is this your relationship? Either way, frosty. We'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a relationship because it's the 7 of Penties, which is that investment. Oh boy. Is this like a separation? Oh yeah, because peace and truce are 2 different things. So even if you stop fighting for a sec, yeah, because is this legal? Is that why also you're showing up as justice? Oh boy, the Queen of Wands. I think this is the person. I think actually you're the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, there's something here about being highly observant. But this little lass, because also when you look at in the fighting, yeah, okay, I think that's who you're fighting. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm kind of not interested in the person that you're fighting. Those types of energies, I always feel like it's so obvious, but it's like, you're aware of it. Again, if this is your reading, you're going to be aware of it. And it's always the same old shit. It's very predictable. And I'm sure you feel the same way as well. Like, even when it's new chaos, it's still like, it's the same shit. Like, this person just doesn't stop. Yeah, you were married to this person. I think it's divorce. Oh, yeah, judgment. It's a divorce. Yeah, see? This one's blasting into that one. Okay. Okay, so now that we see you need a little rest, a little respite. Maybe actually the divorce papers were just signed and you were like, fuck, I gotta have a break. Yeah, I'm hearing like a week-long vacay for some of you. For some of you, it's that conference. Or maybe you did both. It was a conference and you're like, I'm gonna tack on an extra few days to this. Okay. So, well then let's move on to this cutie patootie. Hold on, I actually want to put in all the cards again. Now that I understand this. Because also, those icky people, or person, nobody needs that today. You know what I mean? Like, I slept in, I feel great. I hope you feel great. Let's focus on, like I said, you're already aware of that. Okay. So, Grandmama, the person on the train that you're going to be chatting with, yeah, it's Celebration Station. Look, this is like a beach resort. Oh my god, are you guys going to the same destination? Maybe it is like a resort. I don't know. You're gonna have to figure out where you fit in this timeline. I feel like there's a lot of energies here, kind of similar, but with little offshoots, so put yourself where it fits. Either way, you are gonna have a great time. Okay, so tell me about this person. Tell me everything. Let's get one main card. Who is this person? The Moon. Well, regardless of age, I feel like this person is wise. There's like an illumination here. And see how like they're chatting to their little friends? Everyone's curious. They want to know, what does this guy have to say? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out why His face. Well, the face is future forward. Face. Oh, the face of the moon. Oh, like they're the face of something. Oh. Okay, so regardless of their age, because age now really means nothing, even though people are still ages as fuck. Yeah, they're the face of something. Interesting. Okay, what are they the face of? Either way, but like emotional. Yeah, I feel like it has something to do with their career, but there's an emotional depth here, so they're very rich. Oh, a page of cups. Okay, so it's creative. They might be an artist of some kind. Yeah, like they're the face of something. Look at that little hat. Oh, he's all dressed up. And see, look, he's got a little offer. It's that little fish. Look at you two sharing with one another. Oh, I love this. Yeah, I got all dressed up for the train. Yeah, I just see you guys having drinks. Yeah, you're gonna, I have traveled a lot my days, either hitchhiking, taking trains. Back in the day, it was the Greyhound the whole way. Oh man, Greyhound for life. I should have been a bus driver for them. I did the routes so many times. Oh, yeah. And I have met some phenomenal people. Yeah, you do. You just meet someone, you start chatting. Oh boy, back to that fool. You guys might end up going on a spontaneous adventure together. This is why I love traveling. And this is why I love traveling not sometimes on airplanes. There's this like wiggle room for spontaneity. Okay. Okay, I do have a little story. So back in the day, when I lived in Whitehorse, Yukon, was it when I was first moving to, I don't know, I was young. I was like 16. Oh, maybe it was when I was first actually moving here, that summer. Okay, well, anyways, that summer in Whitehorse, there was a busker. And I love this guy. I remember I used to like do sketches of him. He used to wear this sweater that I really liked. And I would see him the whole summer all over the city, and he was a phenomenal musician. Yeah, and I used to sketch him and whatever. Never really talked to him, but we would see each other around. And then it just so happened, now if you're going from Whitehorse, Yukon in Canada, all the way across Canada to the Ontario, Quebec region, it is 6 nights and 5 days. Anyway, so long story short, we ended up on the bus together for days and days and days. And by the time we got to Manitoba, we both were broke as hell. But we got off in Manitoba, Winnipeg, so that he could do some busking, make some bucks, and then buy a whole bunch of fruits and vegetables for us. Anyway, I did this trip with him. But that's what I mean. There was this like real beautiful camaraderie and connecting and spontaneous adventures. I'm getting this kind of vibe. Okay. So then what happens with you two? Is this a friendship? Is this going to be romantic? Because like not everything has to be romance. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm going to focus. Okay, so you connect with this person. So, the 8 of Wands. Well, what's fast moving? Because it's communication, but like I see you guys fast moving to this. Wow. Wow. I mean, if we go back to that movie with Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy, he's a Scorpio PS and she is a Capricorn. And the whole thing is they agree, and the first movie is to meet exactly a year later, so they have this like this little romantic moment, and then they have to go their separate ways, but they agree to meet back in exactly a year or something. It's been like literally 25 years, guys, since I've seen this movie or the series. So maybe it's just literally you both are just like, I'm just gonna have a nice time. I'm just gonna live in the moment. We're gonna have a really nice time. It doesn't have to be more than that. But as seen by the 8 of Wands, okay, so like, what is the 8 of Wands though? No, too many, Spirit. Just one, please. Just one. The Eight of Wands to the Eight of Swords. Well, see, this person's back on an ice flow. Oh, I think they have to go back. Remember what we said about the peace and the truce, and like you just kind of take this pause again to like rebuild some strength and get back out there. Oh, and isn't that always the way when you just actually have a really nice vacay, or like a really, it feels like a totally different world, and then it's very jarring to be ripped back into the old world. Yeah, frosty. Okay. So again, there's a separation. We see it in the ice flow, and then you, I think, have to go back to this kind of cold environment where that like idiot is the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Wands. Ugh. Okay. Okay, so there's some separation, but I can tell you really like one another. So, because we see the Four of Wands, and like, look at this. Like, doesn't that just feel great? Like, look at that field of grass. I know what that grass feels like. Look at those mountains. It's a beautiful day. There's a little breeze. Yeah, you're just dancing. Ugh. Who's gonna be mad about that? Okay. So how do you two come back together? You guys coming back together? The Nine of Cups. Well, we see a switching of paths. I think this is you, collective, because especially with D-Town, if you get divorced and those papers are finalized and you're like, great, yeah, you're putting on your little hat. You're like, oh, I see that. I'll match it. You put on your little blue hat, I got on my little red hat. Plumes. Okay. And then what? There's some kind of working together. But that would make sense if you guys like went to the same conference, or like, I don't know. There's gonna be some kind of coming back. What's the Three of Pentacles? What does that actually mean for the two of you? The Six of Wands. Something that's successful. And center stage. But this person, again, it seems as though they're the face of something and they're creative. Okay, well, what does this work? Like, what is this? I'm so curious. I know it's gonna be different. There's so many people. I may not get a straight answer. Ooh, the Sun to Death. What a combination. It does feel good, though, with all this yellow. Well, and this also has that Scorpio feeling I said. Like, Ethan Hawke is a Scorpio. It's weird. Yeah, normally I can, like, really, it's not that I'm not dialed in, but it's like, I think there just might be so many of you now in the crowd. Or also, some things are meant to be a surprise. Like, I'm not always given all access here. But what I do like, though, is that whatever transformative energy this is, I don't know, these two are just so big. It just feels so big, whatever you're doing. Hold on, yeah. Spirit. Tell me more. Okay, wait. I can tell by the way, the information, there's like not a block, but it's like, yeah, it's like I don't have access. But what I can tell you is from the feeling of it, whatever this looks like, whatever you're gonna create together or work on together, or even just talk about, because talking is part of the creation process. It's what I miss most actually about art school. It's talking through ideas. It's about eliciting excitement in both of you. Like, you know, when you start riffing, you go back and forth, and one idea leads to another, and it's complementary, but it's also kind of, it's grounded. Do you know what I mean? Okay, how do you feel about this person? Let's get into that. Can we talk about feelings? Can we get an all access pass to that? Ooh, the Tower. It's like lightning. What song is that? It's like thunder. It's like lightning. Oh my god. What song is it? I can hear parts of it. Is it Donna Summer? Something about the way you love me is exciting. It's like thunder. It's like lightning. The way you love me is exciting. Something about knocking on wood. Yeah, the energy is like, it's very interesting. I'm not gonna lie. What's this? Back to that Knight of Wands. See, that's you. It's passion. And going back to that salamander, like you just want to offer it up. You're swooping in. How does this person feel about you? Two of Swords. What do they need to make a decision about? Or like, I feel like they're uncertain. Also, I'm looking at this book. Some of you might have the name Celeste. Yeah, it's like really standing out. But I'm also hearing Celestial, but Celeste. Okay, what's the Two of Swords for this person? No, Spirit. Oh my goodness, please, just one card. Back to the Two of Wands. Okay, so two. So, oh, maybe there's like a move involved. Oh yeah, going back to the ice flow. Okay, so there's distance. That's what it is. They might be nervous because they're like, I don't want to get too excited because there's like distance. You know? Like, you know, when you have an amazing time, but you just psychologically you're like, okay, that was a one-off. I really needed that. That was like really sweet. That was really nice. Yeah, there's distance. But we see that that distance gets cleared with that Eight of Wands to the Four of Wands. Okay, but, and see, I always find it interesting when I ask who I'm clarifying, like, how do you feel? And then I get everything else but a feeling. So that Ishi tells me too that there's big, deep feelings, but they don't want to access it because it's too, like, it's too scary and painful to get excited about something where you're just like, it's never going to happen. Okay, how does this person feel about you? Ace of Cups. Okay, there we go. Yeah, they just don't, I think they just don't know. Like, I think both of you, it's one of those things. It's just, you meet, you don't expect it, your life is lifing, and so there's this immediate kind of response to be like, I don't know how. You know, you just don't see the how. But here's a trick. This is from years of creating and manifesting, if we want to use that word, manifesting. What I can tell you is, as soon as you take out how something is going to happen, that's where spirit can really do the magic. You just have to believe and know that something can happen, that it's totally within the realm of possibility, that anything and everything is possible. Where we like to, because we're control freaks, we want to know, and it's always how. Take out the how. Let spirit do the magic. As soon as you take out that, hands up, you're like, hey, spirit, do your magic. That's when spirit can really start conducting some serious magic. Okay. So, Grandmama, what else do you want to tell these folks? Ace of Pentacles. See, like, they're cozied up together. It's new. Because we saw the Ace we had the Ace of Swords, we have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, the only thing we haven't seen is the Ace of Wands, but I think for you, a lot of new beginnings. And I think you also need it, but I also think it's very... That's the thing about life. Things happen, both what we would call good and bad, when you really are like, this could not come at a more unreasonable or difficult time. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, meeting someone new when maybe you've just signed your divorce papers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is where, like, God can be a bit of a chucklehead, where it's just like, same with crises and emergencies, where you're like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I fucking can't right now, but life does not care. So that can also happen with all the good stuff too. And that's where the mind can again be like, try to assess and be like, how? But what I do see is a lot of new beginnings. The High Priestess. Yeah, don't worry about it. You just gotta trust. You gotta have some trust and faith. And look, she's got on this like bridal, I don't know, this to me is like giving nighttime curtains, you know, blowing in the breeze. Yeah, allow magic to work its magic. Okay. Again, I feel like I'm missing, I don't know, the energy is very interesting. It's like a lot of watching, waiting. I guess that Four of Swords energy, to be honest. And maybe that's the energy you're in right now. Yeah, there's this kind of like laconic, placid, and not that I don't have access, but it's just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe some things that I get sometimes. It's very strange. Okay, so moving forward, I know we saw the Four of Wands here, but like, can we get some outcomes? Like, is this, are we off to the races here? Knight of Cups. And we saw that Knight of Cups with that Knight of Wands. Yeah, you're gonna make it work. Because this is about putting in the effort, putting in the work. It takes time, but you're both flying towards one another. And see, we do see the different landscapes, right? This is more lush and green, and this is more arid. So I think you kind of live, maybe not super far apart, but like not the closest, you know, like not 20 minutes down the road. Well, I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's just get one last card on the bullshit going on in your life. Anything else we need to know about that? Oh, the baby bags. You're stressing. Yeah. But I feel like this is the energy of you like leading to that train trip or like taking a vacay, you know? You need some rest. It's been stressing you out. But I'm telling you, it's like you meet this person and it just somehow allows you to, it really is like a capsule. That's why I love traveling. Oh my God, traveling, even if it's just like, seriously, just take a train to the next town over, go on a little adventure. But you can kind of create these little magical worlds. And it gives you enough of a boost, right? Like, look at the energy. This is where you're at, and then it's like you get on the train, and you're suited up again. Going back to peace and truce, right? Where you're like, I got this. Yeah. Because sometimes it just takes a nice interaction with someone to, again, refuel. Even if it wasn't romantic, like, let's hypothetically say you don't ever get involved with this person. But just to have, like, a really nice connection, I call it stranger intimacy. When you connect with someone randomly, and it's just beautiful. And it puts a little dance in your step. Look at those little toes. Look at his freedom toes. He's just marching. Put on his best little suit. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. Well, that's that. I love it. I would love to go on a train ride right now. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Stay blessed, stay golden.